Hello, welcome to Spirit Cocktails. I'm your host, Peter. Today we're making the Highlander Cocktail. And this one is definitely going to hurt. Look at that. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 ingredients in one cocktail. And here's the other thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, all ounce. 1, 2, 3, 4, all half ounces. And then you got your mixers as all ounces. 3 ounces of juice with a shit ton of alcohol. This one's gonna hurt. And figure 4 of them, which has the highest amount of alcohol, are all 40 proof. 40, 40, 40, 40. It's gonna definitely have some proof to it. It's gonna be potent. But this is called the Highlander. I saw this, I just saw the list of ingredients online. I'm like, I had to make this thing. It's insane, to say the least. But it kind of, in so many ways, has some Long Island elements. Well, part of it at least. Because it does have most of what you'll put in the Long Island, minus tequila. That's the only thing missing from this. Yeah, all this stuff. The only thing missing is tequila. Why not? Just add some tequila. Make it a little bit different. Maybe call it the Mexican Highlander. There's an idea. I may do that one day. But this one, it's a lot of stuff in there. It's potent. It has razzmatazz, raspberry schnapps, melon liqueur. So that's some melon. It has a little sour elements to it. A lot of citrus. Whiskey. So it's going to have a lot of oaky elements. Your herbal from your gin. Your Caribbean rum, which is a light rum. And then you have your vodka. And then you have your triple sec, more citrus. And you have your sour mix, more citrus. And you have your pineapple, which kind of citrus. It's tropical. It's a lot, to say the least. But it, just by looking at it, it's going to hurt. But it does look like it's going to be flavorful. About to find out. I definitely want to try this one out. I saw it. It's crazy. Why not? But show you exactly how this one is made. And definitely make this one the only drink at night, because it is going to hurt otherwise. Fortunately for me, it's not. But, yeah, let's have some fun with the show. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is add ice. That's a lot of ingredients. Just figure 1, 2, 3, 4 ounces, 5 ounces, 6 ounces, 7 ounces, 8 ounces, 9 ounces. It's still a pretty good amount of liquid in there. You could probably add another piece of ice. But it is going to be potent. Alright. First thing I'm going to do is add your primary spirits. Ounce of each. Good old Jack Daniels. We got some vodka, some Sobieski. Got some gin. The one thing though, surprisingly, you would think something called Highlander would have scotch instead of whiskey, but it has whiskey. There's nothing here outside of the United States. Well, maybe Caribbean rum. But still, it's all pretty much United States. I would say it has some scotch. It's still whiskey. It has some scotch whiskey. But this is the way the recipe is. There you go. Last 1 ounce high proof spirit of your light rum. Going with Captain Morgan. White rum. Perfect. Right, then you want to take a ½ ounce of each of your other alcohols, or your liqueurs. So you take a ½ ounce of your liqueur style. The problem with these recipes, it takes half the video just to make the drink. Because you're adding so much. By the time you finally get to the end and shake it, you're already past like 5-10 minutes. Take your raspberry liqueur. Melon liqueur, which you can use Midori because obviously it's melon liqueur. But this stuff, about $10 to $11 a bottle, hell of a lot cheaper. You're looking about $20 a bottle or so for the Midori, and I don't feel like spending that. So this works perfectly fine for me. It tastes just as good. Then finally, we'll take a ½ ounce of your triple sec. Then the last three are ounce increments. Take take an ounce of sweet and sour mix. Ounce of cranberry. That is one hard color to describe. It's like murky green, blue sewage water color. And yeah, I'm going to take an ounce of your pineapple juice. There we go. You shake it up. Finally, we can shake it. That's a lot of alcohol to shake. Strain it into the glass. Looks black, oddly enough. Kinda grayish green. Never color one thing, but it's unique. But there you have it, the Highlander. Now, most of the stuff that goes into this is going to have a lot of citrus elements because most of your stuff here is citrus or of a sour nature because you have that. You have pineapple has a lot of tart. You know, your cranberry has some tartness, and this is obviously some tartness to it. It's going to have a little bit of a whiskey, oaky flavor to it. A little bit of an herbal bite you're going to get from that gin. But it's just such an array of flavor. I'm curious to see how it tastes. Let's try it out. Whoa. Oddly enough, considering what goes in here, all this alcohol, you barely taste it. And this is all you're adding in 3 ounces of juice. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ounces for 3 ounces. So half of your liquor or half of your alcohol is juice. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio, but 2 being your alcohol. So you think your higher flavor that you'll taste out of the higher potency is going to be the alcohol, but it blends very well, and you're not tasting a lot of the alcohol, surprisingly. Because you do got a few low-proof alcohols in here. Obviously, your triple sec, your blue curacao low. Razzmatazz, I believe, is like 25. Then you have your melon liqueurs around 25. So it's definitely a little lower. You have your 4 primary spirits, but really you don't even taste the whiskey, surprisingly. But everything else, you're definitely tasting this. Now, of all of that, the pineapple is definitely standing through. I'm tasting that pineapple. It's like, I don't know why, but it's like that's just one thing that's standing out through everything. 1 ounce amongst 9 ounces, you're tasting the pineapple. But it's actually very, very good cocktail, surprisingly. It's a lot in here. I guarantee this drink, it's extremely deceiving. It has so much alcohol, not a lot of juice. this is something that when you drink this, it'll hit you. You'll feel it in the end. But it's also very deceiving because it doesn't really have that much of a burn, a lot of a prevalent alcohol presence. You're actually tasting more of the flavors like your raspberry and your pineapple and different things like that. You're not really tasting your primary core spirits, you're tasting everything else. So it's definitely something that can creep up in you in the end. It's a very good cocktail. I definitely suggest you try this out. But with this much alcohol, only have like one, maybe two if it's your only type of drink of the night. I wouldn't suggest taking a whole bunch of these on top of everything else. You don't want to have this with Jaeger bombs out the butt. You want to have something that's actually a little bit more mellow and in combination with this. But it's a very, very good cocktail. It's definitely something I might actually save for later. So all this is surprising what goes in it. I'm actually really happy with how it came out. I hope you enjoyed this too. Be sure to like us on Facebook, Constant Spirit Cocktails. Subscribe to our channel. If you made this before, let me know what you guys think. If you haven't made it, make it. You'll love it. Yeah, it does take a lot, but it's worth it. Try it out. And be sure to also submit your recipes. If it's something that you've seen online that you really enjoyed, send it to me. If it's something that you design yourself, send it to me. You have the full recipe submission link below. You can send whatever you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be pop culture. It could be whatever you want. This isn't pop culture, even though it's called Highlander. You think Highlander. Yeah. Think of the TV series. That's probably what you guys are thinking. But it's really good. I definitely suggest you try this. Like us, subscribe, donate, submit, and as always, drink responsibly.